Hey everybody, I'm back. My name is Steve, one of the performance coaches here at SSP. We're just continuing with our series on how to improve athletic performance and how to improve explosive agility. So far we've talked about stable base position, how that's important for producing movement. And we also talked about shuffling laterally, how to get out of this base and shuffle and cover distance laterally. Okay, so out of that, obviously there's other directions that we can move. So if you guys remember, that shuffle was simply about 3 yards, right? I want to get from here to there, shuffling across, keeping everything facing straight ahead. But for longer distance, obviously I'm not going to shuffle. It wouldn't make sense for me to go ahead and shuffle from here all the way to that wall. A, it's going to take forever for me to get there. B, I'm going to be smoked by the time I get there. So what's make more sense? It makes more sense, obviously, to just simply turn and run. The technique that goes behind that is super important because, obviously, sense of urgency. I got to get from here to there for a reason. So in getting there, I could push off either leg. I really could, and either one's going to be fun. For what we're going to talk about today is crossing over. So that means pushing off the inside leg. I want to run right. I'm going to push off the right leg, right? So that's how we're going to cross over. So once again, we'll drop down to that base position. We talked about it. Knees in here. I'm going to identify my push leg. So with the shuffle, our push leg was out here, right? Push, cross, shuffle. Flip that now. I'm crossing over. Inside leg is going to be my push leg. So knees are in slightly. Got to keep that toe straight ahead. We're going to grip the ground with the big toes, just like we did with our shuffle. As I'm pushing here, the goal is to get from point A to point B as fast as I can. I want to run as little as possible. Sounds funny, but the less steps I take, the faster hopefully I get there. So the push out of this base is super important, right? The more distance I can cover on my push when I go to run means I have to run less. That's going to be the key. So let's focus on the stable base. Once again, I'm not getting pushed around. I'm gripping the ground so I can produce more force. And then how much distance can I get before I actually start running? So push leg, right? We got it. Let's keep the toes straight ahead as I push. The last thing I want to do is see that foot spin on the onset of my crossover. Because when that happens, I don't gain any ground to push, and this takes longer than simply pushing it again. So, coaching athletes, make sure that toe is straight ahead. You're gripping the ground, right? I'm going to drive off the right leg. My left hand is going to be up. I'm going to throw that elbow. People forget about the arms. They try to run without arms. Looks goofy, but also the arms help. Helps spin the hips, helps get me going laterally. So I'm going to push here, toe straight ahead, left arm up. It's important I get full extension from here, and I bring this knee up. Full extension, knee up, because I'm going to strike the ground and run, and then I cover ground, and now I've covered distance. I have to run less. That's the goal. Obviously, that's easier said than done. So we're going to go ahead and bring in Angel. We're going to talk about a couple coaching techniques on how to improve that. So Angel's going to drop down into a base position, just like we've been working on. So his knees are in slightly, right? He's gripping the ground with the toes. He's stable. I can't pull him off his base, even though I'm trying. So just like with shuffle, we kind of broke it down. One step at a time, and then we turn it into a fast shuffle. We'll do the same thing here. We're going to do a push to base, a crossover push to base. So when I say go, he's going to focus on pushing off of this leg right here, keeping the toe straight ahead, gripping the ground, and getting full extension from this push leg. So he's got to get nice and tall. As he does that, this knee comes up. But he's not actually going to turn yet. We're just going to get him better and more proficient at pushing off that right leg. So on my go, he's going to push off the right leg, get real tall, and then just sink back down to his base so we can do it again. Ready, Angel? On my go, and go. Push, come back down. Now this time he's going to do it with that torso real tall so he keeps his body in a nice good straight line as he does that. Go. Beautiful. And now he's going to add the left arm into it to complete the whole thing. So let's check his base after each rep. Check that base, get a little bit closer to your feet. Good, butt back, chest tall, and go. Here's that arm, and good. Okay, so bring it on back, Angel. So now we've just worked on his ability to push out of that base and get full extension from that push leg. That's great, but now we got to have him run with that. So this time he's just going to go ahead and turn and run, push with that right leg. We're going to see how much distance he can get before this leg hits the ground, and then that knee's going to come up and punch the ground, and he's going to turn and run through that white line down there. On my go. So he's got the left arm ready, and go. Good. And then he's going to go ahead and bring it on back now. We're going to do that again. I want to hear a good pop off that left foot. Knees are up. Remember, he's just running from here to that white line. So let's see how much distance he can cover. Go! And knees up, drive, drive, drive. Good. Go ahead and bring it back. So perfect. So we can talk about a functional setting for crossing over, right? Because like I said, we can push off of either leg to make that movement, but This is obviously common in sports like baseball, for stealing, trying to cover ground, and get in a good running position, because that turn should set him up in a good acceleration position. Also, running 5-10 fives, tests like that in football, super important to be able to cross over and cover ground. Very important with that. And obviously you'll see crossing over happen in many other sports. It may not be as structured as simply laterally, it may be different angles, but mechanics are going to be the same. Pushing off the push leg, covering distance, using the arm, and then we're running afterwards, and we're just trying to be an athlete. All right, well, thanks for tuning in. Next time we'll talk about how to cut and push off at different legs in different directions.